Hello and welcome to a quick tutorial on electric lighting, specifically post-processing the electric lighting. We are going to be covering electric lighting in much more detail in the second half of the class, but for now I want to let you know that as you start working with this model, I've already modeled a bunch of electric lights. You may have noticed them. They are these are the luminaires. That's the housing, which is actually just a material, and you can kind of see the evidence of that here. If we go to the lights 05, I can turn those off completely, and I'm still have these things, which are the electric light file locations for ClimateStudio. Those are listed um, in our layers as let me see if I can expand this here as ClimateStudio luminaires. So here, and I can actually select them just using this. So like these are the painting spots 35 degrees, so I can select all of those. These ones are wall washes, so that's this one here, etc. For now, I don't want you to move them or change them or anything. I just want you to know that they're there, so they don't surprise you when you're dealing with post-processing this. And just render them with the lights. Now, if the luminaires are sort of in your way as you're trying to do this, it doesn't work with your ceiling configuration or skylights or whatever, you can turn these off when you render, just so you have a good render. Keep the luminaires on though, and I'll show you why. So if I go, you'll notice that in here, each one of these lights has a definition, and so if I actually turn these back off, if I highlight that, it's the painting spots 35 degrees, which are these guys right here. This LightLab C2Z35 is the model number. And if I edit that, I can see the actual beam spread of the light as well as the spectrum of the light. And if I wanted to, I could go and update this, add new ones, etc. But you don't have to worry about that for now. We'll deal with that in the second half of the class. So that is where these are located, or what is being rendered. And so when I render that, like this, those luminaires are actually putting out light. It's hard to see because the daylight in this scene is so bright compared to the electric lights. But once I'm done rendering, there's this, you'll probably notice, there's a luminaire groups. And as part of this, you can, it's sort of like a equalizer, a music equalizer. You can change the electric lights. So I'm going to turn the daylight off. You'll notice there's nothing here. And as I turn these on one by one, I will get those lights showing up. So here's the spots. I can add the wall wash there. And then I've got the photography spots are on the other side of the wall. You probably won't notice them. And then I've got grazers down below near the elevator, which you might see if you render the either the reading room or the sculpture gallery in certain ways. So know that they're here, and for later, primarily, you can manipulate these by changing the percent that they're on, or how much they're combining. So if I bring these way down to 16%, I just get a little glow here, as opposed to at 100%, where you're seeing more of a spot there. So I wanted you to understand that these are here and that they're on even when you have the daylight on. It's just hard to see them. And know that the tone mapping method is going to change the way these show up. So if I change this to the auto tone map and I turn my daylight off, the auto tone map is going to change this exposure. So this went from, this is at 3 now. If I have the daylight on, it's at 1.6 to the minus 2, so 0.016. So it automatically adjusts that exposure. But you can see, because we've got such a dark ceiling here, these kind of blow out. And so as a result, this human response will give you a little bit more realistic understanding of how someone might experience this space. That being said, if you wanted to compare the light levels at different levels, I could change this. So for example, I have a exposure of, let's say, 4, and then as I change these different um, lighting groups, my overall image exposure doesn't change. It's capped at 4, as opposed to when it's at auto, it will change with the image or with the light grouping. So this is just good to know, especially for later as you start to add electric lights. You'll be able to play around with these some more.